what happens now, yeah, God forbid, if your husband gets sick and it can't work?
Then I have to find a new one. I have to find a new one. I will stay, but I have to find a new one.
What's up, YouTube? Point Man Podcast back with another video. Give me the HBO special. That's a Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Let's get right into the video.
Tips on how you can be a better intersex ally. When it comes to inclusive language, oftentimes people tend to use phrases like people with penises or people with vaginas rather than saying male and female or men and women. While this can absolutely be inclusive for trans people, unfortunately it's not always the most inclusive language for intersex people. My advice is to use language that focuses on function and not just form. That means focusing on the actual function that you're talking about, such as people who can get pregnant, people who can get other people pregnant, people who are at risk of testicular cancer, and so on and so forth. This is much more inclusive because there are intersex people who are born with a vagina but don't have a uterus or ovaries or an ability to menstruate. This is because some people that are born with a penis don't have testes. So it's much more inclusive to say what you actually mean than it is to use language that works around that.
When we talk about inclusiveness, and what inclusiveness kind of implies in this situation is that the rest of the U.S. has to accommodate for a group of people, for the inconveniences of a group of people. What is the percentage of people in the U.S. that have to identify as that group for us to accommodate the entire country for their inconveniences? You know what I mean? Like only half a percentage, 0.5, half of a percentage of people in the U.S. identify as transgender, while about 1% of people in the U.S. only have one leg. They're amputees or they may have been born with one leg, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, when those people with one leg go to the store, even though they have double the number of people that are transgender, when they go to the store, they still have to buy 2 shoes. They don't get to buy just one shoe or get half off to get one shoe. They have to buy both shoes. It's because us as a society kind of understands that you can't really accommodate everything for every single person. There has to be a number. So what is that number? While we're arguing about who can use what bathroom and trying to make our military more inclusive, China's making hypersonic nuclear missiles. I wonder what those are for. And y'all keep complaining about inclusiveness. Them bombs, them hypersonic missiles are 100% inclusive.
All right, word. What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Bianca. I'm from Florida.
Okay, Bianca from Florida. In a relationship, what do you bring to the table? Don't say sex and don't say the table. You have it there, folks.
I don't do anything.
What are you bringing to the table? As a woman, what do you realistically do other than have sex? Every lady here, I want to know, what are you bringing to the table for the man that takes care of you?
Here we go. And take notes. So what I do is I make that house that you pay for, that you pay that mortgage for, I make it at home. I cook the meals. I'm washing clothes.
That's $100 a week.
Don't play with me.
I can get it made.
No. You see that's where you're going wrong. It costs more than $100 a week to have somebody cook for you, to have somebody clean up after you. Because a lot of times you men become our children. All right. We dress y'all. We pick out y'all clothes. We cook for y'all.
The men complain that it started off that way, but then they start slacking. They don't do what they don't keep up with that same type of energy, but they expect the man to keep that same energy of continue on providing in that aspect. So I'm hearing the complaints. So you can speak for yourself, but a lot of women say, I don't want to.
Everything that you're telling me can be bought. Guess what? I can have an assistant order me paper towels and toilet paper and groceries on Amazon. Actually, I get Whole Foods delivered to my house weekly. It's a subscription. I get meal preps every week. My meal preps is $120, and I get 3 meals a day. I make myself my own breakfast. That's 4 square meals.
Talk to him,
I have another cleaning lady. She charges me $100 a week to come clean. You are only saving me $600. What are you bringing outside? Listen, if you ask a man, what is he bringing to the table? I'm bringing a house to the table.
That I can also pay for myself.
Okay, but you're not.
But I can.
But you're not.
But I can.
But you're not, and you're not willing to.
That's the point. I was taking care of myself before I was married.
And then you got married and stopped taking care of yourself.
Multiple mortgages. I still take care of shit. That's the thing.
Listen, I'm not saying you can't make money. What I'm saying is what you're bringing to this table is a service that can be paid for versus what a man has to bring to the table for your life. You can't buy somebody to buy you a home. I could buy somebody to cook and clean for my house. I can't buy a person to come give me a house, give me a car, take care of me, and make sure all my bills are in the house.
And do that. That's what
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm saying that you're not.
And I often hear that when women are asked, what do they bring to the table? The 3 answers are sex, the table, or I'm a boss babe, I have my own things, I take care of myself. But they don't understand that for a man that they want, The men that they seek out, the men that are financially secure, the ones that women actually desire, the ones that have enough money to take care of a woman and take care of a family. We don't care about how much money you bring to the table because that money isn't used on us. You want a man that makes more than you or equal to you because you want him to take care of all of your bills, correct? So when you say you take care of yourself and you make this amount of money, that does not benefit that man in any kind of way. So you're not bringing, so what you're basically saying is you're bringing nothing to the table. If a man cares about your finances when he asks, what do you bring to the table? It's probably because he wants to live off of you. A much better answer to this would be a womb. I offer you the opportunity to bring a child into the world. I offer you, I'm nurturing, so I know how to take care of children. I had a big family, so I know how to cook. I used to cook for all my brothers and all my sisters. I used to serve them plates. This is what men want. We want all of our smaller inconveniences to be taken care of. For example, me, I have a trip. I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Orlando in like 10 days. My wife is already taking care of that. She's already booked the hotel. She's already paid for the flight. She's already done all that stuff. So those small, minor inconveniences are what I need to be taking care of so that I can come and make more videos. If I'm sitting there all day doing all those minor inconveniences that she could be taking care of, then I'm not going to be able to be productive as a man. So that's pretty much all men want, especially men that make a certain amount of money. We're willing to do the heavy lifting. We're willing to go to work for 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week to take care of you. But are you willing to take care of and reciprocate that value by doing the minor inconveniences in our lives, making our plates, making sure that we come home to a peaceful home, making sure that there's a meal that's decently prepared? These are the things that we desire when it comes to women, making sure you carry yourself well so we at least have some eye candy walking around the house. These are the things that we want, especially if you're talking about a man that has the money to provide for you. If you're just talking about a homosexual that want to live off of you, then you know his standards are going to be a little lower. Maybe he cares about how much money you make, but most men don't care about how much money you make. Largely because regardless of how much money you make, you still want us to pay all the bills and we'll never see a dollar of it anyway.
I need respect,
Okay.
compatibility, a good personality that I vibe with, honesty, communication. Like, there's a whole list of things that I need. Like, I don't want them, I need them, because I'm not going to settle. So
Exactly.
it's just like, I'm not going to settle for some
Period.
shit. Like,
No, exactly.
I'm not going to sit around and be treated like not what I am,
And-
a queen. So it's just
Why do you think you deserve so much? Why do you think you deserve
That's
so
what's
much?
so
That's what
disrespectful.
I want to know.
Because look at me. Every girl deserves to be treated
Just
like a queen.
Yes.
That is bullshit.
Wait, but why? But why is that? Okay, but wait. Why
Hold
is
on, one at a time.
Why do you think you deserve the whole world?
Because a
when
woman-
you haven't done anything.
One at a time. One at a time. Go ahead. You
A
go first.
woman makes a house a home,
Oh,
okay?
the
We
meme.
and
just
I
lay in the
know
bed,
you're on
Typical.
you're on that fuck
just lay in the
bitches get
bed.
money type because you're in your 20s. I get that. But when we're talking about real shit, you know, a woman makes a house a home. We should be loved and adored while you go out and get your money, right? You want it the traditional way.
I just want to know
actually, but-
why everyone, like, girls hold themselves, they think they're on this pedestal where they think they're like, oh, you have to earn me,
Like, you gotta
why?
work for it.
Can I say something?
This is why that mentality is destructive. If you believe that you're a 10 out of 10 or you're a queen, that means that you don't have anything to work on. That means that you are the resemblance of perfection. That means you embody perfection. And when you start to believe that, your ego gets boosted and you truly believe that you don't need to work on yourself. Whatever situation you're in, you're obligated for a man to take care of you. And that's just not true. Everybody has to work on yourself. The whole purpose of life is to continually try to be better. When women talk about standards, and this is for the vast majority of women, and I'm sure every woman that listens to this is going to believe that they're the exception to the rule, but when women say they have standards, that means that they have standards for men that they do not find physically attractive. If they think you're tall, if they think that you're handsome, if they think that you have a nice body, if they think that your face is symmetrical, women will let you sleep with them. That's just the truth of the matter in 2021. Now, should it be that way? Maybe not, but it is that way if we're just completely honest. Let's stop playing this game where we say, oh, it's all about confidence. Confidence only comes from success. If you're a man and you're largely unattractive and you haven't had success from women, it's going to be very hard to be confident, correct? So what you're basically saying is women prefer men that already have experience. Men that have already had success with women tend to have more success with women because they are more quote-unquote confident. Now, I'm not saying if you're a nice guy or if you have these traits you're willing to pay for dates that you can't get a woman if you're largely physically unattractive. But the truth of the matter in 2021, what women desire when they sleep with the man and what women desire when they want a man to raise a child are two different entities. Jordan Peterson talks about this, and the studies are already in. You don't got to take my word for it. Don't take Jordan Peterson's word for it. Go look at the studies yourself. Women, when they're ovulating, when they're ready to have children, they want men with stronger jawlines. They want men that are confident. They want men with more masculine traits. But when they have children, when they're out of ovulation, they want men with thinner jawlines, men with lower testosterone.
If you track women through their ovulation cycle and you show them a picture of a man, the same man, and you do nothing but vary his jaw width, when they're ovulating, the guy with the wider jaw is more attractive, and when they're not ovulating, the farthest away from that, the guy with the thinner jaw is more attractive, and that's associated with testosterone levels. And so women who are fertile like more masculine men.
So with that being said, at that point, it's just a matter of, is it biological? And I think largely, yes, it's biological. It's not necessarily something women control. But what it is important to do is to understand that you have biases, because in 2021, just because a person is attractive or he has a lot of testosterone or he's super masculine, that doesn't necessarily mean he can provide for you and your child. Women in 2021 are choosing men based on how attractive they are. What time in history were the greatest conquerors attractive? What time in history were the greatest men, the men who added the most value to their communities and to their families, were attractive? That's not what women, historically speaking, went after.
One question, just one question, that is it, yeah? What happens now, yeah, God forbid, if your husband gets sick and it can't work?
Then I have to find a new one. I have to find a new one. I will stay, but I have to find a new one. I will have to find a new one. I'll have to find a new one. It's not you, sit down. I'll have to find a new one.
That's crazy. The truth of the matter when it comes to marriage, and this is coming from a married man, the truth of the matter is men are expected to sacrifice everything and women are incentivized to leave the marriage because she gets everything. Why wouldn't a woman quit? She gets half the house, she gets half the pension, she gets the kids. Why wouldn't 90% of the time women get the children in divorce? It's like having a partner and trying to row a boat across the ocean. And if at any point your partner quits out, they get half of the prize money. You know, so say the prize money was $1 million, and if any time your woman decides to quit out, she gets $500,000 of that $1 million prize money. Of course she's incentivized to quit out. And then people are surprised when 70% of the women are the ones filing for divorces and the ones that are quitting out. It's because men have more to lose when it comes to divorce, so largely men don't seek out divorce. If you're a guy and you're building your way to wealth and you meet a woman before you have that wealth, no need for a prenup. I get it. You've built with her, so there's no need for that. But if you're a guy and you already got something that you have to lose, you already have something on the table, you already bring something to the table of significant value, make sure you get a prenup, because that's a dangerous situation. She is incentivized to leave you and take half of your stuff, especially if you do not have a prenup. Till next time.
My boo, I'm just here for the rendezvous, and I ain't the whole damn groove, cause I've been feeling like you want me to. He say stop saying I'm so I can't hold myself when I pull up.